The Super Bowl of sermons. Tim Tebow, the NFL quarterback, set to give one of the most watched Easter sermons in America. Is this the start of something bigger for the crossover star in the worlds of football and faith?
From ABC News, live from New York, this is Good Morning America.
Never before in the history of professional sports has an active player done this. An Easter Sunday sermon in front of a church packed with tens of thousands of worshipers. At the pulpit, the man they call God's quarterback. They're already lining up in Texas this morning to hear from Tim Tebow, and ABC's Steve Osunsami is on the story.
Tim Tebow has never been shy about his religion, but today, on the biggest day in the Christian calendar, the famous quarterback is trying something new, literally preaching from the pulpit.
I think it's a big deal just because it brings a community together.
The pastor at Celebration Church says it all began with an out-of-the-blue phone call. Tebow was on the line, asking if he could come to Austin and preach at Easter service. Pastor Joe Champion said yes.
Obviously, it's our Super Bowl. Easter is the resurrection of Christ in which we celebrate in our faith.
Tebowing, where he drops to one knee in prayer during games, has certainly brought Christianity to the gridiron in a way never seen before.
Because I know where I'm spending eternity. In heaven with Jesus Christ.
But ministering to an expected 30,000 at Easter service is more than a gesture honoring Christ. They're spread out over 60 acres. They brought in over 100 buses.
When it comes to Christianity right now, it's the Pope and Tebow.
He's trying his best to be Christ-like.
There's a history of warriors on the field becoming warriors for Christ, but usually after their playing days are over. There was Pastor Reggie White of Green Bay fame, Pastor Ken Hutcherson, who played for Dallas, and Senior Pastor Miles McPherson, a former defensive back for the San Diego Chargers.
I think the greatest way to share the gospel is by acting it.
So why did the Jets' new quarterback choose this church? It could be because the lead pastor is a former player himself. Pastor Champion was a champion at LSU, and his father coached for the Atlanta Falcons. He told us that God is great, and despite his famous guest, that's still the message this morning.
There will be the sacredness of Easter. It's not a Tim Tebow show. It's not about a celebrity.
For Good Morning America, Steve Osunsami, ABC News, Atlanta.